but the snow is much, you know, the global warming is much more important to cover than Ron Paul coming to Spokane. So I think we, as a group of people, need to...
Not because of these wars or because the price of gas is inflating. It is our own monetary value that's decreasing. We're driving ourselves into a monetary hole, and we will be there unless we elect Ron Paul as president. If you're a big Ron Paul supporter, check out republicbroadcastingnetwork.org. This is exactly what we need. I haven't even heard of Ron Paul thanks to our biased news media. I've never even heard of him. He got second in Nevada, and did they even mention his name? They continue to ignore him when he is the front runner of freedom and democracy in this race. Amen. Everyone is opposing it, and we don't even hear him spoken. They are afraid of him. They're afraid of the change he will bring to America, and we're afraid that he will set us on the right course, what our founding fathers have envisioned in the Constitution, and he will save America. But we here are not afraid. We welcome this change. In fact, we're looking for it. I cannot wait till I see Ron Paul in this building. I've been watching YouTube video after YouTube video. I cannot wait until he mounts the stage, because this man has the message of hope and liberty that America needs in this time. So even though I'm 17 and I can't vote in the primaries, I hope the rest of you will, and make Ron Paul the nominated candidate for the GOP, and so he can win the presidential nomination.
I get my energy from you. A lot of people think you get it from me, but I guess it's mutual. But believe me, something very significant has happened in this past year. It's much more than I ever dreamed, I ever expected. And I haven't been bashful in saying that 1 year ago, I was very reluctant to become a candidate. And although I had been doing this and talking about this as so many of you have over the many years, that I just didn't know whether there would be enough people who cared, enough new people who would come in. And let me tell you, I've learned something this year. There are a lot, and I am very pleased to tell you that this movement is going to continue. Together. Many have spoken out and defended the freedom movement for many years and talked about the Constitution, but we never couldn't seem to get off the ground. And yet this year it is utterly amazing. And I think several things have come together. One is I think our country is in worse shape than it's been a long time, and we need to do something really drastic about it. Has been especially received by young people because you know, we complain a whole lot about our public education system, and I say, well, it might not be up to speed totally, but tell you what, the young people must have learned their arithmetic. It hasn't been too hard to figure out that they're getting a lot of debt, and it's a big burden, and they can do it adding and subtracting on Social Security. They realize it's not such a great deal. So one thing is not only is freedom attractive to everybody concerned, but young people especially have been attracted to it, realizing something has to give. They're getting the burden of this tremendous debt that we already have, the entitlement obligation of $50 to $60 trillion, and then again, they bear the burden of what our foreign policy is all about, and that I know is something that is concern for all of us. But when we offer an alternative, such as in foreign policy, and say, look, there is no need to be fighting all these wars. What we need to do is bring the troops home as soon as possible. Going broke, and we now are forced to pay for the extravagance of the last several decades. We went through the 70s paying for the decade of the 60s, which was fighting a no-win war and a lot of extra additional welfareism programs. And here we are, we've done the same thing over again, massively expanding the domestic welfare spending here at home, at the same time massively expanding the spending overseas. We now spend approximately $1 trillion overseas to maintain an empire. And this empire is not justified under our Constitution.
That's right!
This is why the campaign is so crucial, because I think we have been able to bring to the people, and many more people than I ever dreamed, this message of freedom, the message of the Constitution, unlimited government, free markets, and the whole works. And it's an answer for us. And we don't have to, be despondent over it. If we don't do something about it later on, we may be very despondent over it, but right now, we can still meet in a room like this. And, I was told there'd be a couple dozen spammers here tonight, but look,